Love Rising family. This is the Wiz of 716 live from Niagara Oz. This rising, we're gonna get right into Rod Hayes. Y'all know I stay glued to whatever Rod Hayes is saying. This is the return of the Matriarch was just released yesterday. And just the numerology for today. Today is a universal 7 day, which is a day of wisdom and intuition. We honor the balance of power coming back home. So pour you a mug of coffee, light you up a yellow brick road, and let's get to it.
Of 13. But I have this thing with 7. It's been coming to me for the last year.
You remember that movie, I Am Number 4?
Yeah.
I Am Number 7.
I'm not, wait, hold on, Rod. I'm getting a back feed. Hold on, let me turn this off. Here. Let me turn this off because I can't. Okay, make sure we're on here. Okay, let me turn this down. I think we're on. Rod, can you send me the your thingamajiggy, the 2 things, PayPal, please? I'm so late. I think we're on. Oh, we're on. All right. Hey, everybody. Oh, peace to the east, the west, north, and the south. This is FlueBrun and Rod Hayes coming to you today in the November. Check on in. I hope everybody's well. I want to thank Rod Hayes again for coming into the house, into FlueBrun's jungle. Well, cosmic jungle. Yeah, I mean, he's not afraid to come over here and talk to us fine folk over here in this neck of the woods.
Yeah,
So,
you ever heard a rumor of a gorilla being scared of the woods?
that's right. You know how I feel about gorillas. Anyway, so everyone check on him. Okay. I want you to give a grandstand for Rod Hayes. Let me share something in the chat real quick. Hold on. Check on in. You know, we like to start at 500 and Rod Hayes and I were having a good conversation. Hold on one second. Let me just add something real quick and then we will continue our conversation. Hold on. I hope everybody's doing well on this fine Thursday, Jupiterian day. Okay.
Thursday.
Oh, I never thought of that. Thursday.
That's what Thursday is, Thursday. But
Huh.
you know what the character Thor represent though, right?
No, let me know.
The one who's worthy. You can't pick the hammer up if you don't have a pure heart.
Isn't it kind of like Hamlet's sword? Like, remember the sword of?
Same story.
Is it the same?
Different. It's a different flip. So the Excalibur and Camelot, we talking King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
What most people don't know is the Knights of the Round Table is the Moorish Order of the Round Table.
Are they the Templars?
The Templars is associated.
Oh,
Okay, now the purpose of the Round Table is so nobody is the leader. They are generals.
That's 360 degrees, right?
Yeah, they are generals. The only one not the general is King Arthur himself.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
King Arthur is Inky.
Inky? King Arthur's Inky? That's interesting. Rod Hayes is coming in here.
The son that was worthy to remove the sword from the stone, his name was Ninigazita. Ninigazita was the baby brother to what's his name? Marduk. Inky's son Marduk.
Okay.
Now, Enlil wanted to replace Marduk. So he had a son and named him Marduk.
Oh.
So when you read the history, you don't know who is who.
Hidden in full sight.
That's the same thing they did with the New Testament. The words in red is Horus and Isis. Isis is referred to in the New Testament as Jesus and Mary,
Mm,
like they two different people.
yeah, but it's
But
one.
the reality is the only person that's only mentioned once in the New Testament is Emmanuel. For God is with us, the Son, the returning Father through the Son.
Yes.
So when you look at it from the Knights of the Round Table, and he's King Arthur's son, coming to redeem the father, which is the same as Set and Osiris, the same story.
Just another resurgence of the same story recycled with
And in
new
Sumer, it's
names.
Enlil and Enki,
Interesting. Yeah. Well,
right?
thank you.
Now they got a Pantheon family tree in Sumer, and they got a Pantheon family tree in Kemet. But they only have a limited Greek family tree and a limited Roman family tree. A lot of us interchanged the Greek god Helen, which was a woman, with the Roman god Helen, which was a man. The Roman god Helen, right, which was the man,
Mhm.
was Enlil's son, sent to replace Enki's daughter, Helen. They call her in Ragnarok, they call her Hela, Hela.
Mhm.
Right? Now, if you watch the beginning of Ragnarok, based on what I'm telling you, it's gonna blow your fucking mind.
Mm.
Matter of fact, you want to play it on here so they can see it?
Let me see. We're on the rock.
I'm gonna
Hold on.
send it to you.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
You want it on Facebook or TikTok?
Uh, TikTok, I think. I think I could play it. Check
Now,
on in, everybody.
I think you're fine.
And I'm gonna hold on. It's gonna take me a minute to hold on. Let me look really quick.
I want to find it when she first come up. So hold on a second. While I'm gonna mute while I can hear.
Check on it, everybody. Rod Hayes is in the house. We getting straight into business. I hope everybody's well. Okay. Hey, 7 grams. Hey, Oracle. Hey, everybody. Peace, peace, peace. And for the Zombies, we'll be coming in post interview with Rod Hayes. So Zombies, take a nap, relax, listen to Rod, because we're gonna ride this long night shift afterwards, the after party. Okay, let's do this. Check on in. We're almost at 500, so we're right on time. And I'm going to have Rod Hayes talk about the amazing background he has up. He explained it to me, but okay, you got it. Thanks, Rod. Let me forward it to myself. Hold on. Okay. Let me mute real quick so I can share it. Hold on.
Okay, now when they say you die, you either go to heaven or you go to hell, right? You on mute, FlueBrun. So you either go to heaven or you go to hell. Now, who they tell you in charge of hell?
Who's in charge of hell?
Yeah,
Satan, right? Which version?
Satan is Lord Set. E-N mean Lord, governor, provincial chief. So when they say Satan, they put the E-N behind it because he's in the wrong place. Or else it would have been in the front of his name. Yeah. It confused us that don't know the culture. But when you come online, you remember the culture, you begin to piece it all back together. And it's like you drawing in all these little metabytes of information on all of the historical information you ever heard to put the story together accurately. Right? So remember, it's called the Holy Drama, and it's in every culture on earth. The same story, but it's written with a cultural twist to it to suit the people of the area that's telling the Holy Drama. And the stars is played out as the Orion being followed by the black dog, right? And then you have what they call the hero's journey through the zodiac. Now remember, the fool's journey begins with the tarot. The hero's journey begins with the zodiac.
Oh.
The tarot is lunar magic, governed by moon magic. Right? Astrology is solar magic, governed by sun magic. So the story that they showing us is called the Holy Drama, and it encompasses everything from ABCs to quantum physics and all information that falls between the two. So once you know the Holy Drama, you actually have the keys to know everything on earth that ever was. But now you have to train yourself to use the information to decode. So when you see the story playing out somewhere else, right? Then, like, for instance, the hell story. We know hell's description comes from Dante's Inferno.
Yes.
Right? Well, where was that? What culture was Dante? Right? So when we look at Dante's Inferno, our politics is played out as Plato's Republic.
Yes. Yes.
It's political satire.
Interesting. Yes.
It bridges the gap between comedy and people interacting with people. Right? So it's like a satire, a play. This right here, she just returned from being cast into the underworld by Zeus, who is Enlil, by the way.
Okay. So let me play this real quick for the people.
Hold on before you play it.
Okay.
When she first come back, they are overseeing, at the beginning of the movie, they overseeing Zeus going into his 1,000 years sleep that takes a twin brother to death. And he's leaving one of the brothers in charge. He wanted to be Thor, but Thor not the rightful heir to Earth. Loki is.
Yes. Yes.
But Loki not the rightful heir over his sister, Hela. So what we about to see, Hela is approaching Thor and Loki having this conversation about the old man passing on and where we go from here type situation. And then here she comes, she's about to show up, and this is how it play out. Watch this.
All right.
Yeah, it's gonna come back.
Oh,
It's
that's
gonna come
bad.
back.
I've never seen that.
Okay, so in first, you can't even pick Thor's hammer up without having a pure heart.
Yes.
She destroyed it with one hand.
Woof.
Now you
Powerful.
looking at, you seeing the difference between matriarchal power and patriarchal power.
Yes.
Now, remember, she told Thor, you look like him, but you don't sound like him.
Mm.
Then she told Loki, you don't look like him, but you sound like him. Because Loki was adopted.
That's right.
He was the parthogenic son of the Ice Princess.
Remember that. Yeah.
So he's telling you the story, the same holy drama, because the rightful heir of the earth was put on ice. Because the ice is ISIS.
Woo.
They've been telling you the story in many different forms, but because we don't remember the original story, they've been scrambling it like eggs. But nobody's supposed to figure it out until somebody figures it out.
You know what's interesting with the ISIS, even when this whole concept of ICE going around, taking in immigrants, that whole ICE, and even with, when Obama was president, the whole ISIS, it's almost like they try to demonize and they're trying to vilify and muddy up ISIS by bringing in certain terminology and using that to usurp the energy that goes along with the concept of ISIS.
Watch what I'm about to say.
Okay.
I want you to look at the date so they won't think I just came up with this.
Okay.
Put that one on the screen.
Oh, wow. Hold on. Oh, wow. Oh, that's bugged out. Hold on, y'all. Let me get it up for everybody.
I cannot stress this.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up.
That's it.
Ice is on the land. That means ISIS is on the land. Carry on. Y'all see it? February 20th of this year, especially when all those orbs and everything's showing up. You know what I mean?
I'm about to send you another one. Watch this one.
All right.
Yo, this is insane.
Every time you're on, Rod, my dog likes to eat on her bone. Every single time. Like she gets her bone, she forgets about it. And when you come on, it's like every single time it's weird. Okay.
Now look at the date on that one.
What? Okay, hold on. Let me share this. Hold on, y'all. Proof is in the pudding. Hold on. Okay. Let me grab it. Hold on. Hold on, it's taking a minute to send. Give me a minute. Takes forever for it to come through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see if it goes through. I see a hesitation and it's coming through. This is interesting. Oh, here it goes. I got it. Got it. Got it. Bam. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me share. Can you guys read that? Ice is in the kitchen. Isis is in the kitchen. The love of the house. Say it again.
The heart of the home, the heart of the house, pride of the woman, but Leo, the lion, live in prize, meaning the matriarch, mama.
Woo! February 20th, 2021. Rod was prophesizing. You know, people say I remote view. No, you were remote prophesizing what was coming in. You felt the energies coming in, and you were detailing it before it actually arrived. As it's arriving.
I don't call what I do prophesying. You know what I call it? Reading the script.
Woo! Tell him, Rod.
Because ain't nothing new under the sun. I'm not making this up. We just coming back around to it once again.
That's right.
The old ending meets the older beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha meets Omega. They never said Omega meets Alpha. Alpha meets Omega.
Mm.
Omega don't meet Alpha. Omega is first. So how the last gonna be first and the first gonna be last if you don't switch them back around correctly? The Omega mother birthed the Alpha father. Isis born Heru.
Yes. Yes. Hold on. Let me show it. Let me get it. Another one. And another one. Here we go. Bam. Y'all see it?
It's buffering. It's coming up. There you go.
So look at this. Hold on. Oh, how beautiful.
And remember when I was just talking about the upside down, turned around?
Yes, yes.
It's in this post.
Let me
Right.
read
It
it.
said 44 Angel Bay flips the upside down, now turned off of all roads lead to Rome. Rome is a homonym for home, equals home is where the heart is, and ice is in the kitchen. In the kitchen of the Sweetwater, in the kitchen of a Sweetwater return of my honey pot, POTUS flipped a river flowing with milk equals titties equals udders equals the cow, cow's moo, equals mom on the anagram flip, right? And honey, can't see it. Can you blow it up, son?
Make it wider. Hold on.
It should let you if you right click on it. It should let you give you the option, the magnifying glass.
Maybe the way I have it set up. Hold on one sec. Not let me widen it. Should let me widen it.
Yeah, I can read it off my phone while you doing it.
Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, where'd it go? Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna start all over.
Okay.
You say 44 Angel Bay. You know who Angel Bay is, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. Angel Bay flips the upside down, now turned off of all roads lead to Rome. And this is all roads lead to home on the homonym flip. It's where the heart is. Home is where the heart is, and Isis in the kitchen. Isis in the kitchen off a Sweetwater return of my honey pot flipped a river flowing with milk. That means titties, udders, cows, moo, equals mom on the flip. And honey equals money equals wages. Flips fair equals balanced. Off of a blue lodge and a red lodge flips a bear clan. Off of Yogi the Bear flips Cindy off a Winnie the Pooh is supposed to be bear. Boo Boo redeems a polar bear off of a two cubs flips off of two buses. Equals bust equals bosoms equals breasts equals udders equals oars. So all this is code talk. On a boat flips for a sun on the water. I wrote her a familiar. She flipped me two familiars off of J.C. Penney, flip a zigzag. So when you talk about familiars, I'm talking about pets.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it flip a zigzag zig off of a dog's flips gods. Off of a penguin flips a sissy. A yissy is a Isis.
Mm.
Met on a straight bump at 17, flip for a quid pro quo, something for something, knock back, tit for tat, off it. We'll do this if you'll do that. Some of the words got messed up. That rolled me off of Mother's Deal, flips the sacred seal, off of a theosophy spiel. There is no religion higher than truth. Flips a Oribus. Remember, the Oribus is the snake with his tail in his mouth.
Yes.
A tornado. Flips a Oribus, flips a tornado off of a serpent, flip the devil. Seed to return a golden heart off of a penguin, flip a golden child. JC, who's my JC Penny, equals a Jack's ace equals 11 over 1 equals 1101 equals 1110, born again on a 223, flip raise 22 off a 2-ball cane. 3 flipped out.
Your code of language is off the chain. Holy
All
cow.
that's
Your
telling like
brain
that.
capacity is amazing.
So that's connecting like 40 different stories, right? But then you have to, so you P in a word, P in a letter, P in a word, P in a letter. Flip it in the mirror, mirror meaning it's the reverse spelling or the
Okay.
opposite spelling.
Yes.
So when you get moo, then the opposite is OMM, O-M-M,
Yes.
which is the anagram mom, M-O-M, right? So when you get up putting all that stuff together, we went all over the country with this off this one paragraph. Now the pictures also tell a story, right? So remember, Isis is actually the pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
The mother of the house is the pharaoh,
Yes.
right? And we know that the original Madonna and Child was the Black Madonna and Child.
That's right.
Right? And we also know that we use the slippers. It should have let you if you right click on it. Bay. We know who Angel Bay is, don't you?
You get to the
Yes.
numbers, I gotta take it back,
Okay.
y'all. I'm sorry, I gotta
Angel
take it
Bay
back.
flips the upside down, now turned off of all roads lead to Rome. And this is all roads lead to home on the homonym flip. It's where the heart is. Home is where the heart is, and ISIS in the kitchen. ISIS in the kitchen off a Sweetwater return of my honey pot. Flipped a river flowing with milk. That means titties, udders, cows, moo, arm equals mom on the flip. And honey equals money equals wages. Flips fair equals balanced. Off of a blue lodge and a red lodge flips a bear clan. Off of Yogi the Bear flips Cindy off a Winnie the Pooh is supposed to be bear. Boo Boo redeems a polar bear off of a two cubs flips off of two buses. Equals bust equals bosoms equals breasts equals udders equals oars. So all this is code talk. On a boat flips for a sun on the water. I wrote her a familiar. She flipped me to meets Omega.
Mm.
Omega don't meet Alpha. Omega is first. So how the last gonna be first and the first gonna be last if you don't switch them back around correctly? The
Isn't that
Omega mother birthed the Alpha father. Isis born her Heru.
yes. Yes. Hold on. Let me show it. Let me get it. Another one. And another one. Here we go. Bam. Y'all see it?
It's buffering. It's coming up. There you go.
So look at this. Hold on. Oh, how beautiful.
And remember when I was just talking about the upside down, turned around?
Yes, yes.
It's in this post.
Want me
Right.
to read
It said 44 Angel Bay flips the upside down, now turned off of all roads lead to Rome. Rome is a homonym for home, equals home is where the heart is, and ice is in the kitchen. In the kitchen of the Sweetwater, in the kitchen of a Sweetwater return of my honey pot, POTUS flipped a river flowing with milk equals titties equals udders equals the cow, cow's moo, equals mom on the anagram flip, right? And honey, can't see it. Can you blow it up some?
I got water. Hold on.
It should let you if you right click on it. It should let you give you the option, the magnifying glass.
Hold on. Maybe the way I have it set up. Hold on one sec. Not let me widen it. Should let me widen it.
Yeah, I can read it off my phone while you doing.
Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, where'd it go? Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna start all over.
Okay.
You say 44 Angel Bay. You know who Angel Bay is, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. Angel Bay flips the upside down, now turned off of all roads lead to Rome. And this is all roads lead to home on the homonym flip. It's where the heart is. Home is where the heart is, and ISIS in the kitchen. ISIS in the kitchen off a Sweetwater return of my honey pot flipped a river flowing with milk. That means titties, udders, cows, moo, equals mom on the flip. And honey equals money equals wages. Flips fair equals balanced. Off of a blue lodge, and the red lodge flips a bear clan. Off of Yogi the Bear flips Cindy off a Winnie the Pooh is supposed to be bear. Boo Boo redeems a polar bear off of a two cubs flips off of two buses. Equals bust equals bosoms equals breasts equals udders equals oars. So all this is code talk. On a boat flips for a sun on the water. I wrote her a familiar. She flipped me two familiars off of J.C. Penney flip a zigzag. So when you talk about familiars, I'm talking about pets.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So it flipped a zigzag zig off of a dog's flips gods. Off of a penguin flips a sissy. A yissy is a ISIS.
Mm.
Met on a straight bump at 17, flip for a quid pro quo, something for something, knock back, tit for tat, off it. We'll do this if you'll do that. Some of the words got messed up. That rolled me off of Mother's Deal flips the sacred seal, off of a theosophy spiel. There is no religion higher than truth. Flips the Oribus. Remember, the Oribus is the snake with his tail in his mouth.
Yes.
A tornado flips a Oribus, flips a tornado off of a serpent, flip the devil. Seed to return a golden heart off of a penguin, flip a golden child. JC use my JC Penny, equals a Jack's Ace equals 11/1 equals 11/01 equals 11/10, born again on a 223, flip raise 22 off a 2-bar cane, 3 flipped out.
Your code of language is off the chain. Holy
All
cow,
that's
like your
telling, like,
brain
that's
capacity is amazing.
so that's connecting like 40 different stories, right? But then you have to, so you pen a word, pen a letter, pen a word, pen a letter. Flip it in the mirror. Mirror meaning it's the reverse spelling or the
Okay.
opposite spelling.
Yes,
So when you get moo, then the opposite is OMM, OMM, which
yes.
is the anagram mom, MOM, right? So when you get out putting all that stuff together, we went all over the country with this off this one paragraph. Now the pictures also tell a story, right? So remember,
Beautiful.
Isis is actually the pharaoh.
Mhm.
The mother of the house is the pharaoh,
Yes,
right? And we know that the original Madonna and Child was the Black Madonna and Child,
that's right.
right? And we also know that we use the slippers. You see those slippers?
That's right.
The slippers is the Hispanic, it's the chancla. Over in the southwestern tribes and some of the northern tribes, they moccasins. But when mama grabbed that shoe, you know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Mama's power. Right under that, where you see the number 40 at, no, right there. We all them shoes at. You see all them
Right here.
shoes?
Yep, yep.
Okay, now that's an excerpt from Imelda Marcos foot collection, shoe collection. No, this is not the one. This is a children's shoe collection.
Okay.
But later on, it should be Imelda Marcos shoe collection in there. She was known as the kingmaker.
Mm.
And that's why they attacked her husband. She was given the power by all of the women who sent her the shoes that they accused her of squandering money on, because she had 1 million pair of shoes, but they was gifts from 1 million matriarchs.
Mm.
Made her the highest ranking female in the East.
That's interesting. In our
We didn't
tribe in
know
the
the whole
Caribbean, we
culture.
do that. There's a cultural thing that still is
Yeah,
relayed in Caribbean Taino, like like shoes being like before you share into another tribe, you get zapato or shoes or like there's a sharing of that. That's interesting. I never knew that was tied in.
yeah, we call them slipper tribes.
Interesting.
Then you got the ones that come from the colder climates. We call them blanket tribes. They give
Mm.
you blankets for gifts.
Yes.
And the one who collected the most blankets, she's the one gonna have to pass them all back out before she leave this earth.
Wow. It's beautiful.
And she can only give them to certain people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they make her live to be an old age, because until the last blanket finds its owner, she got to sit there and babysit all them blankets.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So there's a ritual in the blanket tribes.
Would that be like, when they talk about the Trail of Tears regarding the blankets, could that have been like them usurping that kind of tradition and them
So
giving back blankets that were tainted?
no, they started doing that because we held it sacred.
Mm.
So they was giving us the tainted blankets. But on the Trail of Tears, the big mamas that was watching, because they called it the Indian train at the time it was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And they would ask all of the people in the South, do you want to, the Indian train coming tomorrow, you want to go? And they was like, hell no, I ain't getting on no Indian train. This is my home right here in Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
right here in Arkansas, right here in Alabama, right here in Louisiana. We don't catch no Indian train. We was doing this before they came. Why we can't keep doing what we doing?
Yeah.
So the blankets that was being given was accompanied with care packages from the tribes whose territory they traversed through.
Okay.
They knew they was going to Oklahoma territory. They leaving the South. Everybody down South knows it's cold up north.
That's right.
Everybody. It's not a secret.
Mm-hmm.
So the mothers and the big mamas, as they went through their territory, was giving them supplies to survive the cold. And that's how you end up with all of these people with these blankets. And then some of the big mamas went to teach them stuff.
Yeah.
Like the tribes that took the ones that took sides with us, you know them because they'll tell you who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll turn around and have the same grievance we have, but we know they're from a different genetic stock.
That's right.
The ones who don't want us telling who we is and who get all of the benefits from the government, and they get mad when we tell them we the original people of the land. Them the ones that got enrolled under the dirty Moors to usurp and replace us.
Cosplayers. Yeah, cosplayers.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they taught them in the boarding schools how to pretend to be Indian.
Yes, yes. The re-education of the indigenous was to make them pretend that they were the originators of the indigenous tribes. They
Right.
didn't
Now,
know.
remember,
That's why you see a whole bunch of people playing Indian, and it doesn't even make sense.
mhm. Now, if you look at what they was doing, what they told us, it was the reverse. They told us they was taking the Indian children and teaching them how to be like white people.
Yes, yeah.
But the reality is when them schools was invented, there wasn't no white people. Remember, there were no white people historically in legalese into 1681. That's when they legislated white people into existence.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when they was training them to be white people mean royalty. The royalty on this land was the tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when they was teaching them how to be white, they was teaching them how to live like the free people of the land.
Mm-hmm.
This is what doesn't make sense. If the narrative they gave us was true, here's something that don't make sense. Historically, we know that they came to us to teach them how to farm the soil. The European colonizers that came over here didn't know how to work our soil.
No.
Because it takes a different hand. So if we ain't from here, how we know more about the land than the people that's supposed to brought us here? Don't make sense. It starts to make their logic disintegrate in its presence. The only thing that made sense with the Indian schools, because they called them Indian schools.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into school to do HVAC, it's called HVAC school.
Yes.
Or heating and cooling school.
Yeah.
If you're going to be an electrician, you go to an electrician training program or an electrician school. If you're going to be a mechanic, you go to mechanic school.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to school to be an Indian, well, where are they going to send you?
To Indian school.
They wasn't sending them to Catholic school. And Catholic school was a thing then.
Yeah.
They were sending them to Indian school. Why they wasn't sending them to Catholic school if they was trying to Christianize them?
Yeah.
They was sending them to Indian school because that's where they was raised as orphans.
That's right.
And given the information and the cultural identity of the people of the land, they don't know they ain't from over here. They don't know they Siberians, Mongolians.
Until they take a DNA test, they see it all in that mix.
Right, but then the excuse is the Bering Straits.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, but even that's a poor excuse because all of the Inuit people of Alaska, we call Eskimos, they know that these big old Mississippian Negroes came to their aid when they were fighting the Spanish on the West Coast. So they already know that the Inuits know they not the same Asian stock as the ones in the lower southeast.
Yeah.
Now,
there was a woman that battled me over indigenous, and she was like, "You people keep taking over." And I was like, "How could you?" She was like, "You know such thing." I was like, "You don't know about the curry, the kalika, and the taino?" I was like, "The fact that you don't know that lets me know that you're not indigenous, because your grandmother, your great grandmother would have already instilled, and you would have known by the trades of certain kinds of artifacts that we trade between the different tribes. that came to mainland. The fact that you don't know that, and I look like we have images, I look just like my ancestors today, just then. I haven't been, you know, my features, my phenotype hasn't changed that much, but you don't recognize it because yours doesn't match, because you're a cosplayer, you're a geoengineered, you know, Cabbage Patch, you know. I think they're hybridized in laboratories, and they were created just like in Egypt, and everything afterwards, they were taken over, taught, like you said, and trained to be something and to live in those territories, to cosplay those previous tribes.
So in the Seminole Wars, I'm going to show you something as soon as I find this book.
Yeah.
Maybe get the color. They call it Seminole Wars. We call it Gullah Wars.
You're right.
Who's telling the story tells you who's talking. We don't acknowledge Seminoles. We acknowledge Gullah Geechee.
Yeah. Seminoles is a Spaniard name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's a famous book. Got a picture of two dudes on the cover. Trying to find it. It's not coming up. This ain't the one I was looking for, but it's just to show what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Now, when you see this in the Seminole Wars, I don't know if, oh, you can't see it. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. So hold on. Let me word that. Hold on one moment, y'all. I'm getting it uploaded. Okay. Let me share. Hold on. Okay. All right, y'all, let me share.
Okay, now you see the brother with the gun in the background on the left, and then you see these two. One is a Hun and one is a Mongolian up
Yes.
front.
Yes.
Now they tell us that the one with the rifle in the back on the left is the runaway slave.
Yes, they do.
They told us the opposite of the truth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes,
now when the Moors came over here after Columbus's expedition, they wrote in their journal who was on the ship. They brought their servants with them.
Mm-hmm.
The servants' job was to serve the captain of the ship and the navigators and all that. Their servants was picked from their wars. They had long, protracted wars with the Huns under Attila, under the Mongolians under Genghis Khan and Kublai Khan, and then they invaded India, right, out of the Ottoman Empire and out of the Roman Empire,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they collected these people as prisoners of war, and they set them up in Europe in what they call I call them slave villages for lack of a better way of putting it, but that ain't what they called them. They were homesteads basically that they put them on, and they so far away from home, they just like might as well make life here.
Absolutely.
Right. And most of the time they was bringing young girls and babies anyway. So they have no memory of their life before that. So now they got to give them a fake history and label them as some kind of European. These same villages, they call them feudal settlements is what they was called. But they were set up by the king so he would have a constant supply of soldiers. Right. And you got to remember that.
So they're breeding them to make soldiers.
Right. So they're allowing the prisoners of war that they kept as booty of war. If you don't know what the booty of war or the spoils of war was, you won't even understand what I'm talking about right now. It won't make sense. But they was taking the women, the children, and the wealth of the land. They was taking the women for, sexual purposes, and they was taking the children to raise slaves or servant classes. The servant class can never get a royal title, even if they have a bastard child from somebody that's royal. All of these bastard children of the harems of the kings was grouped together because they still want, still got father instinct to take care of your child. So what did they do? They settled them in what we called Khazaria. The Khazarians were the mulatto offspring of these people that we call Moors and they concubines. Right? And they had a function for them where they didn't need a royal title. They could become bankers. They can count our money for us because that's my son. He ain't gonna cheat me. So then they become the lenders to other kings from other kingdoms in Europe. And they steady charging interest. This is why they get kicked out everywhere they go. They start the war between two peaceful people. Then they come in as an intermediary to settle the war that these two people have for a fee. But nobody is telling each side that they are financing both sides of the war. They can't lose.
Absolutely.
Right.
Same with politics
Today
too.
we call them Swiss bankers.
Oh.
Now you remember when, so the Spanish Inquisition come, French Revolution come, the great expulsion of the Moors in 1493, I think was the final. Remember, Columbus came in 1492.
Yeah. Yes.
They finally exiled the Moors from Europe in 1493. They had nowhere for them to go, so they was porting them or shipping them to what was known at the time as Al-Maghrib, because Africa wasn't Africa yet. It was just a province of what became later known as Northwestern Africa. This province was called Al-Maghrib. At the time that the Al-Maghrib was receiving the exiles from Europe, they allowed them to settle in a very specific city. One of them is called Fez.
We get the Fez hats. That's where the name comes from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, the other city was I forgot the name of the other city, but it's in modern day Tunis. Right? So this is where they was being
Tunisia.
ran.
Isn't Tunisia in Africa? You're talking about Africa? That's where they have the oldest temple, like Jewish temple. Interesting.
Okay, now, while they there, they getting a commission from the Pope. The commission from the Pope is giving them permission to settle any lands outside of Europe that's non-Christian and enslave the people. and to take the wealth of the people, right? They get this permission from the Pope. And once they get the permission from the Pope, they executing a doctrine of crusade that became known as the white man's burden. The white man's burden was popularized through a poem by Rudyard Kipling called White Man's Burden, right? And you can actually play it, the audio to it on YouTube.
Okay.
Right. So the white man's burden was the pressure that was put on them to settle the non-Christian world and convert them all to the church.
Mm.
Right.
Mass
So
conversion
that
to
was
Catholicism.
right.
Yeah.
So this was done through a series of papal bulls that was already recorded in between 1100s and 1500s. Right. They had already put a series of papal bulls in place. And then when they got ready to come over here, the commission came in the form of a letter called the most vile and bloody oath of the papacy. In the introduction to the letter, it say that the oath was to kill the kings, the chiefs. No, he killed the chiefs, the princes, and the people of the land.
Mm.
It was always reference to the males, though, because they always wanted the females to fill their harems.
Is that why, though, in Jewish culture, they say that you can only be a Jew by coming through a womb of a Jewish woman? Was it that they were taking the womb because the extra mitochondria comes from the womb of the woman, so she held the rights to the land or that area or the culture, right?
Yeah, the Jewish law, they talk matriarchal, but they don't practice matriarchy.
No, no.
They dictator patriarchs just like Muslims.
Mhm.
And all of them was created by Catholics. Look, if you read the history of the Jews, they go into what's called the captivity in Babylon. You familiar with that part of their history?
I am.
When they went into the captivity of Babylon, they were stripped of their Torah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When they came out of Babylon, they didn't have a Torah. They came with two different books. They came out of Babylon with the Talmud and the Mishnah.
Yes, the Mishnah. Yes. Yes.
Those books carries the keys to the Babylonian blood magic, Babylonian sex magic, and Babylonian money magic that was written in Babylon by one of Enlil's sons named Ninursin.
That's when, okay. You're giving me pieces of the puzzle. Okay.
Right. Now, the reason why they say we all sinners, because we are all born in his system of money magic, sex magic, and blood magic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As long as you're born in those systems, you are forced against your will without your knowledge or consent to participate in these same three rituals. You don't know you're doing it. So you are automatically a sinner.
By default.
Yeah. But most of us don't know that sin was his own God in and of to itself. Long before Yahweh was called Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But if you look at it biblically, the one we call sin is not in the Bible until you see the word sin.
Understand.
So they don't tell you that sin is a whole deity. So you think that sin is a verb, something that you do.
An action, yeah.
It is a verb in the sense that if you practice blood magic, money magic, and sex magic,
You're all
you commit
participating in that.
sin.
Yeah.
Right, you practicing sin. You a sin practitioner. How do they make sure that you always practicing a sin right? They have you take communion.
Yes, and participate in the immolation and the replication of eating the flesh of Christ and drinking the blood of
Drinking the
Christ,
blood.
which
And
is a blood
so
ritual.
it's called ritualistic sacrifice.
Yes, yes.
So every church that has communion, that say, eat of my flesh and drink of my blood,
That's right.
is ritualistically killing the same God all over again.
Oh boy. You know, those of us
Which
who
is
are all Catholics, we know that well. Yeah.
okay. Now, what we don't know is that anybody who doesn't practice the sin rites has no party to any biblical claim one way or another. Because if you want your wealth, and biblically speaking, and you don't want to be a sinner,
Mm-hmm.
you have to escape the greed of wealth,
Yeah.
the love of the wealth,
Yes. Sure.
right? And this is why you got 7 deadly sins, but you also got 7 holy virtues. They don't talk about them because they want you to focus on the 7 things that sin wrote as side effects of practicing the blood magic, the money magic, and the sex magic. What does it do? It creates laziness, sloth. It makes one greedy, greed, right? It makes one vain and self-hearty, right? Vanity. And you go through all 7 of them, and they all tie back to one
So
of
it's a
those, to
side
those 3
effect. That's what it
systems.
is. It's a side effect.
Yeah.
Well, what's the other one
And
you said?
it's a side effect of the 7 the 7 deadly sins is a side effect of practicing sin rites. They
Interesting.
develop your character where those are your prominent, one of those is going to be your dominant trait.
Woo, that's the whole United States. Oh, well, the whole system, every country.
Now, if you look at the 7 holy virtues, or you go to the 42 negative confessions of Mott,
Yeah.
right? The 10 commandments come from the negative confessions of Mott. But at the time, Moses was getting old and he couldn't remember them all, so he only could remember 10 of them. Remember, he got exiled from Egypt. He was 40 years, and he was 40 years in the jungle, so
So
he
he was,
already 80 when he get his calling.
wow.
He get his
Just at
calling, it
8.
take him another 40 years to free the people from Israel, from Egypt,
Is that the
because he
whole
had to first be
44
trained to be the
concept?
priest. Huh?
Yeah. Is that the whole
Yeah.
concept of like 44? You know how they say 44? Could it be like that 40 years, you know, and the 8 represents like money or wealth or the infinite structure within that? No?
The 40 is a rank. It's a
Okay.
ranked seat of a matriarch.
Okay.
It's actually 45 is her rank. Her husband is 40.
Mm.
It was 40 is Enlil's seat, 50 is Enki's seat.
Wow.
Because Enki was born first. Then once Enlil came to Earth, most of us don't know this, but Enki was Enlil before Enlil was Enlil. But when Enlil came to Earth, they changed his rank. Then he goes to 40. Enlil goes to 50.
Oh.
Enlil gets the title Enlil, and now Enki, Prince Ea, takes on the title of Enki. So the Lord of the Sky, who governs over the fleets that traverse from the earth to the ship, that command of the ships was taken over by Enlil, right? So his name was Nunamner, I think. I always get them mixed up in Babylon. It's Nunamner and Nutamud, and which is Enki and Enlil's Babylonian names.
Nimrod, not Nimrod, not Nimrod. That's something different.
Nimrod not born yet.
Okay.
Nimrod is another name for Ninigazita.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Right. The character of Nimrod is also the character of Loki.
Okay.
Right. Because he's the only male heir to the matriarchal earth.
Uh-huh.
through his mother, because she gave birth to him parthogenically, which makes him override all of the other ones that came here with a Y chromosome, because he's the firstborn of the earthborn, parthogenic son of the great mother,
That's right.
coming to redeem the daughters of the earth from the fathers of the sky.
Interesting. He wasn't muddied up with the seeds that were there. He was parthenogenically, meaning more organically, or just it was like an inside job.
Right. So when you read in the ancient texts, it tells you that the daughter that was the wife of Enki, right, who she's been different people at different times in history, and a lot of these things we think as names are titles. But at one time she was Inanna,
And Nana, yeah.
another time she was Isis. But the sacerdotal seat of the earth, she sits there. She has what's called a blood right covenant with the earth. And if you look right here, right up there in this picture, it's Ta'ert, which we call the great cosmic mother. You've seen her in Moonfall as the hippopotamus goddess.
Yes.
Now, she's not the one who's supposed to navigate the ship. The ship belongs to Osiris. He has to navigate the waters, what's called the primordial abyss, the noon, to go back and complain about what his wife did to Big Mama. I'm gonna send you that picture.
While we're waiting for that, everyone, please put a like on the video for Rod Hayes coming in, giving us some facts, some intellectual stimulus, some archival, like, like information that has obviously been suppressed and changed and shapeshifted over the ages. And those of you who are waiting on Zoom, you guys are going to be waiting. I'll after when me and Rod are kind of like heading out, we're gonna have some of you come in and add a question to it. Oh, okay. I'm like in awe. Okay, hold on. Woo, that gave me like a brain orgasm. Wow. Okay, hold on. Did I upload it? Yes. Wow, I've never seen this before.
That's a different picture of the same thing, though. This one is a different. This one is a different color pattern. But you see right here with my finger is pointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ta'ert.
Okay, so let me get these in.
This is gonna take us right back to where we started at.
Ring around the rosy. Okay, let me share it. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to be as fast as possible. I'm not the best with technology, but I'm getting it. I'm getting it slowly but surely. Hold on. Give it a minute to send. I got it. Got it.
So when we talk about deities, the relic, the oldest known relic of any representation of a deity was the hippopotamus goddess Ta'ert. She has a human form too. So I'm gonna let you blow this up and read it so they'll know who she is. Tawaret is another name for her.
Okay, so
Tawaret or Ta'ert.
Tawaret, Egyptian goddess. You want me to read it, Ron?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Egyptian goddess of childbirth. Tawaret symbolizes childbirth and fertility. She assisted women in the process of childbirth by keeping away evil spirits and protecting the mother. In Egyptian mythology, Taweret was a symbol of resurrection. She aided the deceased in the various trials and tribulations of the underworld. Taweret is seen as the emblem of motherhood. This is made clear in her role as protector to Horus and the sun god Ra. Look at her. Wow. Oh my God. I see so many images that they use with aspects of her right now. Like, look at this. Like, she has this head right here, right? And she has a long, ranking a lot of times with women, the braiding of the hair was like, almost looks like a tail.
It's alligator spine.
Oh my God. She's got the hoof foot and she's got the ankh. It looks like an ankh almost like a partial ankh.
That symbol is called a sa.
Oh, Sa?
That's a sa. Yep. S-A.
S-A, look at this.
It is actually the symbol of the birth maidens, the ones who call doulas today.
Yes.
That's their spiritual protection symbol of Ta'ert.
It's interesting because during the witch trials, when they were killing off the women that were being killed were actually midwives and doulas and naturopathic and herbalists. They were killing off those women who had the baseline, the blueprint of that type of ritual, of this deity probably. You know what I mean?
Now, before you go to the next page, we'll point out a couple things to you.
Okay.
The presence of Ta'ert in the second paragraph in the gold writing.
The symbol of resurrection?
She is the symbol for resurrection.
Holy, that brings in the whole concept of, incarnation, because resurrection is like incarnation. So she birthing children in, that is also a form of resurrection, coming back in. That's just how I'm pulling it in.
Okay, now, the next paragraph, she is a protector to who?
She is the protection, she is the safeguard, but Tawat symbolizes protection, and she safeguarded both temple, premises, and households.
Not that paragraph.
Not that one? Okay.
The third paragraph, right there where you at, right there.
This one? Okay.
Yeah.
This is made clear in her role as protector to Horus and sun god Ra.
Now, from what we were told about Egyptian theology, Ra is supposed to be the end all to be all of the gods.
Yes.
But why you need her to protect him? There got to be some gods that he can defeat that's strong enough to conquer Ra. Right? Now, also, she is a protector to the sun Horus. But she wasn't the protector to Osiris.
Interesting.
You know why?
Why?
Because Osiris' protector was Isis.
So he already had his own. This goes into the movie. There's a movie called, there's a show called Wheel of Time, and it talks about the men being the water to the women, and they were the protectors of the women who had the magic. So I think I know they're taking it from this. As you're sharing this?
That's the story of the Delphi priest, by the way.
Really?
The Delphi priestesses were oracles, and the men who were the priests used to get the message from them and then deliver it because they stayed in isolation in chambers.
Yes. It's amazing.
It's just taking the same order of the concept of a mayor. The mayor is the town mother.
Yes.
That's why a mayor is a female horse.
And mère is also in French. She's Mary's mother, ma mère,
Yeah.
So mother and then mère, and then that's interesting. Yeah.
So the town mother would send a guy out, would be equivalent of a clerk, to read into the public record any new developments that the people needed to be aware of. And he used to read it in the public record every day for 30 days to make sure everybody had a chance to hear it. You ever seen the old movies where they unroll the scroll and they say, "Our Majesty has declared"?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, that wasn't going on in Europe. That was going on over here. And it was giving the mothers instructions to the chiefs of the land. The women were highly connected in a telepathic web,
Mm-hmm.
and they still are. But they begin to isolate the web because it got infiltrated by some females that didn't belong in there.
Yeah, yeah. Which is like almost like I almost feel like it's purposefully done.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, they catch one, make her sisters with a rotten bitch, right?
Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
now she love her because they grew up together.
Yep.
So she gonna let her into the telepathic circle. Once she get initiated, she gonna bring her sister with her.
That's right. They've
All the
planned.
time, her sister is filled with all of the low vibrational energies of the female.
That's right. They always have a plant. They always plant a seed to the highest forms of the matriarchy. Yeah.
Yeah. So to break the matriarchy up in America, it was a spell.
Mm-hmm.
They had the names of the 12 major priestesses, what we call big mamas, and they break it on the crossroads,
Mm.
right? And they chant their
He pretty
spell
much
of
breaking
what
down
they
Players
doing
Club if y'all paying
as
attention.
right
That's
before they
really
break
that's
it.
dime. That's
Yeah.
the whole the
So
whole
once they
movie
break
Players
it,
Club.
because
That's
they
crazy.
all mirrored each other. It's called the shattered oracle effect.
Mm.
It's also that symbolized the same as the prince get violated by a man and rupture his root chakra. He's also called a shattered oracle.
The one gets shattered from below and one gets shattered from the crown.
Yeah.
As
Okay,
opposed to
now
below. Yeah.
break the sisterhood up and you keep the women fighting amongst each other.
Oh, absolutely.
They won't remember the healing power of the sisterhood.
They feel it though, Rod. That when we
Some
collect
of them
together.
do, but some
Yeah.
of them don't feel it as deep as others.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, now, you ever see the goddess glow up with Heidi Barbell? She be doing those retreats for the women.
No.
Well, I had started sharing her stuff long before I ever had a conversation with her, and I was explaining to people what she was doing
Yeah.
because it's ancient. The most powerful thing to do to help a woman heal is to have 3 women stand around her holding hands
Absolutely.
while
Yes.
she in the middle.
Yes.
They create a mitochondrial vortex that raises the frequency of the one that's ill to the degree that fends off illness.
Beautiful.
The women used to already know how to do this stuff.
Yeah.
They just now rediscovering it. This is what they you ever heard this guy named Greg Braden?
Yes, I know that name.
Well, he talks about the psychic healing experiments that they were doing,
Yeah.
right? Well, the
They're
women,
contracted to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in that, they were able to find that the power of the mind to heal the body is absolute,
Mhm.
right? It's just the problem is that the people that's getting healed don't change their mind to match the new body.
Well, the ailment is always in the mind. The mind creates the pathology. And once you're able to alter the mind frequency, anything is plausible and possible. But you can't
Mhm.
heal someone and their pathology still remains the same. Okay.
Now, as you zoom in on this picture,
I
you're gonna
love
see
it.
you're gonna see Big Mama standing there right where your cursor at.
Right here?
Mm-mm. The golden hippo lady, right
Oh,
there.
right here. Yeah. Right here.
Only on this image, she don't have the symbol of the saw in her hand. What does she have?
A knife. It looks like a
It was a
oar.
big, it was a big butcher knife or a sword.
Yeah. She has a weapon.
Because in her form as guardian of the right here is her. This is them telling us she is the guardian of the galaxy.
Mm,
Because all of these people represents zodiac signs and star constellations.
Mm.
Right? And she is the guardian of the galaxy, the great mother of us all. We in
Yes.
her uterus,
yes.
thinking we big bad shit in her uterus, having a whole creative universe in her uterus.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why we say God is a woman. What we perceiving as being black, infinite space, is just the inside of her uterus. Don't
Dark womb. Yeah.
yeah.
The comfort. They
And
make
it's
everyone afraid of the
replicated.
dark, but that's where we were safest.
Yeah. And it's replicated only in the other wombs of the women.
Yes. It's
It's
beautiful.
not replicated in the ball in the orb, flying around, none of that. It's only replicated in the female uterus. And
Is
what
it just-
happens in
yeah.
the female uterus? Creation takes place.
Absolutely.
Right?
Even with the shedding of her womb, there's
Mhm.
still millions of stem cells that still have that spark within the blood that actually, is released.
Look, if you look at nature, when the women menstruate, it's supposed to go on the earth.
It is.
When you go on the earth, all of the flowers, it grows new plant life based on your illness.
Yes, and all the plants around you will grow in necessity to whatever is
Right.
needed to the mother and the children.
Yeah.
That's why we bury, in
Wait,
our culture, we
what?
bury
Yo, what?
our afterbirth,
Yo,
and we build our herbal
yo,
gardens on
what?
top of it because that will be helpful to our husbands, to our children, and for ourselves through the rearing process.
Yeah. So it's like if all of the big mamas be walking around with seeds in their mouth all day. Well, what, big mama, why you? And people be thinking she dipping snuff. She got a mouth full of seeds.
That's her DNA on there.
And then while she have them in her mouth, though, she's talking to them.
Mm,
She's not talking to them in words, though. She's talking to them in frequency.
that's right.
And she go around and she visit whoever's going to get when these seeds get planted, whoever is going to be eating off the plant is the mama she going to talk to with them seeds in her
Woo,
mouth.
that telepathic message, residual, all
Yeah.
through the plants.
So she got just let's say FlueBrun, she gonna be feeding your family off lot 44 on the family farm with the fruits. And when she got the seeds for lot 44, she gonna put them in her mouth and come sit down and talk to you about your whole family.
Oh, I love it. I'm getting
Y'all
chills when you say-
programming the healing into the seeds.
Absolutely.
You know what we call superfoods now?
Yeah,
Those
I know what they call
superfoods
superfood.
are only superfoods because the women who programmed them when they were first created.
Mm, that's not the superfoods they sell in Whole Foods. Okay. Whole Foods. Okay.
So
And we were talking about that too, the power of the
Yeah.
womb, but they're defiling, young ladies are socially engineered now to defile the womb. And they're socially engineering multiple generations. I can't just say because I would say, but women my age and older are also being affected by it, by defiling the womb. Even if one woman isn't able to create children, her womb still has power. It is still a stargate. It still has an effect on the frequencies of the family and her life and herself.
unless they took it out of her and put it in a man, then there's gonna
Woo! I
be a
tell you.
glitch. It's gonna
And-
create a built-in glitch in the matrix.
And this is the reason why they were telling women to get hysterectomies and trying to take out their wombs, telling them, oh, you have rather than telling them to fast for 14 days, fast for 7 days. Anything in the body will eat itself if you're fasting. It will get rid of whatever, nefarious duplication of certain kinds of, because remember, anything going on with the body is mental. And when a woman or a person doesn't resolve it, it manifests in the physical body. And it can be dissolved with introspective, meaning when we go inward. So fasting is a form of that. And fasting tends to relieve a lot of these things. But of course, you'll never hear your gynecologist ever, suggest it. Even the naturopathic, you heard about, I told you I had a midwife and she came in talking about oh, we don't say breastfeeding. You know, I'm a busty babs. What are you talking about? You don't talk about breastfeeding is chest feeding. Who doesn't have breasts? You know what I mean? So they're actually training the midwives right now to utilize trans language and that kind of info in infective kind of
Indoctrination. It's part of the indoctrination.
yeah. Yeah. She said
No.
chest feeding. Who the freaking who's chest feeding?
But you do know men's mammary glands are perfectly
They do.
functional.
They do. They also release
I'm like, how the hell the man look up witch's milk?
oh yeah, I know. Well, you can well, there's women, I don't want to get saucy. Um,
No, pull it up because it's about babies.
okay. I was gonna say something else that you can
It's about babies. But this is the evidence to show you.
okay. Which is
know.
hold on. Let me pull this up. But there's a way to, let me see, witch's milk, witches. Hold on. Let me open it up. Tell me which one to look at. Okay.
That's showing you a product. It's a go to the main page, the main Google page.
Oh. Witch's milk for,
Just type in what is.
oh, here it goes. I think that what is witch's milk?
Only reason it's coming up like this is because you're showing you on images, you're not on the main page.
Oh,
the main
you're right.
page.
You're right. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Witch's milk is a term that refers to galactorrhea of the newborn, which is the production of a milky discharge from the nipples of newborns, regardless of gender. This phenomenon occurs in 5% of the neonates and is primarily caused by the influence of maternal hormones, particularly estrogen, that cross the placenta during pregnancy. While it may be surprising, this condition is usually not a cause of concern and typically resolves on its own. That makes sense because
So
all
right,
children
so
are born female.
yeah. So if the hormonal balance, if the mother's hormones are too high in estrogen, either male or female children will lactate.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
And,
Yeah.
and this is what they call witch's milk.
Ah,
Now, the
interesting.
reason why this matters is because it shows you that the men's mammary glands are functional.
Yes, yes,
They work,
they do.
but they never get turned on because we don't have the right hormones to turn them on.
It can be though. There,
They
and
can
that
be,
goes in sex
yeah,
magic talks about that.
right. And then it also, would they use chemical treatments, hormone treatments for transgenders and men grow breasts?
Yep.
That means they're activating the mammary gland.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, the mammary gland is the mammy gland, which is the mama gland.
Yes.
Right. So you talk about a land of milk and honey, where you can get the milk from? From the cow.
That's right.
Moo.
Moo. You know what's interesting? You said that, and I was like, oh wow, yeah. I never realized that. And also, you know, like in sex magic, there is a form of invocation that happens between lovers where a man's memory glands can be turned on by perpetual actions, and it can stimulate that aspect, especially if he's in love. Like if he has love activation, which kind of allows for, because love is never talked about, but love can alchemically change certain aspects of each other. Like we can alchemically change our partners with that love frequency. You know what I mean? So that can also stimulate maybe a hormonal,
So that does vibrate through the heart chakra, first of all.
yes.
The frequency is the heart frequency. The color is green. So anytime you see a green aura, that means that's related to the heart chakra.
Yes. Yeah.
Red aura is root chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Purple aura is crown chakra.
Mm.
All right. Now, when you in sex magic, when you talk about love and sex, the chemistry, oxytocin, female hormone causing uterine contraction,
Mm-hmm.
stimulated by the areola,
Mm-hmm.
right, to produce and lactate milk.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, it also causes orgasm in
Yes.
large amounts.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Then, if the oxytocin is accompanied with something called beta endorphin, it now translates to the brain chemically that gives you an electrical stimulation to the brain that connects it directly back to the heart.
Oh, yeah.
And they call that falling in love.
Mm. Yes. Yes.
The mitochondrial host, your mother passes it to the woman she picked that's
Mhm.
going to love you like her unconditionally.
That's right.
Right? So once she does that, you're going to go through a glitch. The man is. Normally, when he go through the glitch, he's going to behave asexually. Mitochondrial levels that are all the way at a low.
Oh, interesting.
But it's about to turn on with vengeance.
Yeah. And what I was saying to women, when I share this, and I share this with all the women in our family, girls in the family, and also others, is that you shouldn't allow men to put their mouth on your breast if they're not have affinity for you. It triggers women to bond with males, even if we're not in love with them, because it triggers a euphoric feeling of connectivity to the males. So I always tell women, the first thing men want to do is put their mouth on you. And I tell them that is a qualifying act. That isn't a act that should be done with just anyone. That is a qualifying, and that needs to be quantified. And it should be coming from a place of purity, because once he does that, it invokes love feelings, the oxytocin, that the way that we nurse, because when I nurse my babies, oh my God, I fall in love with them every single time. Like, I would look at them the first time I nursed and I would fall in love, like literally fall in love. That's the same thing. Similar.
So when you first does it, I was thinking we're going to go right back to Sa,
Yeah.
doula magic,
Yeah.
which is the understanding of the proper pair bonding between mother and child.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
The reason why they keep clipping all these umbilical cords is to classify the child as an aborted baby.
Interesting.
But the fetus lives,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? The placenta. What's supposed to happen, it's supposed to all come out together.
Yeah. And you're supposed to allow everything to naturally lotus birth, which we put it inside of a little, container until it falls off naturally. The blood flow is still in the sac. You aren't supposed to clip that because the blood supply is still within the afterbirth.
Yeah, almost a third of the baby's blood volume is still in the umbilical cord and placenta. Now, what
Absolutely.
happens is when the baby is born, they're supposed to clear the mouth, right? Because sometimes they have remnants of the amniotic sac blocking the inside of the mouth.
Yeah.
And then they have the fluid from the amniotic fluid in the mouth. So they clear the mouth, which also opens up the lungs, make them breathe.
Mm-hmm.
They're not supposed to spank you to make you breathe.
No.
They're supposed to hang you upside down until your lungs is drained.
Let it all out. Like in Neo in the Matrix, remember? The thing held him upside down, all that fluid came out of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now, when the mother get the baby from the doula, the doula immediately put the baby on the mother's teeth.
That's right.
Now, the baby's umbilical cord is still hooked to the placenta, which is still inside the mother.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when the pair binding starts to activate is when the colostrum
Yep.
is absorbed by the child. And then the oxytocin released to the mother at the same time, because you still have residuals from going through the labor process.
That's right.
But you get another burst of oxytocin. And she looking at the child, the chemistry of the child converting the colostrum into food, into energy,
Yeah.
changes the biochemistry of the newborn.
Yeah.
When the biochemistry shift, the baby then sends back through the umbilical cord chemicals that tells the mother's body to release the placenta.
That's right. Yeah.
And this is what they call the second moment of pair bonding.
That's right.
That flood of oxytocin is going to come through, and lo and behold, that's the wrong child to play games with around that mama.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And when
But
it
when
does,
they,
when you release it, it feels you actually get another form of some women in a very weird, I don't know, again, there's women who are doulas that shouldn't be, but it's not orgasmic. They made it seem like it's sexual. It's not, but it feels euphoric. When that push happens, when it naturally comes out, that slippage makes you feel euphoric. It's a weird feeling, but but actually, I agree. It builds a different kind of bond with the child.
because it's important for the pair bonding.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, when the mother, then she's connected to the child on a psycho-spiritual level,
Mhm.
not just the physical presence of a child being
That's right.
there. When this happens, now they connected.
Telepathy-wise is stronger as well.
Yeah. So now, what a lot of people don't know, every child a woman have, she have her child's cells living in her body.
Whether the baby lives or dies, whether it's
Yeah.
aborted or not.
Yeah. And when the mother is in distress, all of her children's cells in her body
Gotta protect
go
her.
to aid the mother in the recovery or to fight off the ailment.
Absolutely. Yes.
Right. And so this is why our mothers used to live so long with 30 babies.
Absolutely. And even so, they again, in most cultures, still ancient cultures, women give birth to darn near where they're about to, we're able in a healthy environment to give birth well into our, later ages. And also the cellular memory with those children coming from older remember they used to say like a baby who comes from an older mother, they just different. Because all of the cellular memory that is inside the parents, that goes inside that child. So that child has gained a certain amount of wisdom with a parent that has been here longer on earth. Okay. Babies coming from little ones, younger girls, very young, and women of a certain age, it's a totally different mindset, different kind of characteristics.
Yeah. And I also seen old ladies say that baby daddy an old man. They know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They know. And you sit there and you listen to what they call the old wives' tales. They tell you all of the old ways.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're listening to until you patch your culture back together.
That's right. That's
And
right.
you be like, man, we doing nothing we supposed to be doing and everything we not supposed to be doing.
And we have to share with the young women, guard your wombs. Again, that's the gateway to the other realms. And in part, we were talking about that before we got on, the young ladies participating in multiple partnerships is causing a form of delirium or what is it called? Like we were talking about what was his name? Freddy Krueger, his mother was raped by a whole bunch of maniacs, right?
Yeah, he was the son of 10,000 maniacs and his mama was a nun.
Mm-hmm. And that pathology was birthed through her womb, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the characteristics you want for your offspring, your future children, should be the characteristics that you choose in the partnership. And it should be solely with a person that you can develop that with. It's a memory.
During the first trimester, both parents can work together to design the development of the child. Intelligence level, communication skills, athletic abilities, social interaction capabilities.
Yeah.
You can sit there and they call it marking your child in the old ways. Right. So you would see somebody come out and they got a scar that an uncle got.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
And then you hear the mom say, you was arguing with your brother when you was pregnant.
Yeah.
That baby got his scar. Y'all must have been really at odds,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? Because whatever you really, really don't want, that's what you're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you really, really want, you can get that too.
And we also,
It's the same thing, it's just a matter of frequency.
yeah. Also with
So
oh, go ahead.
when when you got a person that you love, but you feuding with during the time of pregnancy, you are opening a reverse channel to draw their energy in.
That's right. Yeah. And then also, I think when you showed the image of, what's her name again? What's her name?
Tawaret.
Tawaret. When she talked about resurrection, when my mother transitioned, it's part of our culture to put a mark on her so we know when she's incarnated in the family bloodline again. So we place it in a place on her body so when she comes back through. And it actually shows up. So usually a baby is born again, and you can tell because that mark is on them that reflects who transitioned and the passing through. And that's why you want to make sure, young ladies, you keep your bloodline clean and healthy, because you want to birth the highest forms of your bloodline, your mother, your father, those who transition. You give them a proper passage back through into your womb, if that's what you choose or that's necessary for your development.
Which takes us back to the Osirian resurrection.
Yes.
Osiris has eternal life, but he has eternal life through resurrection, through rebirth.
Yes.
So every so often he got to die, then be born again, die, then be born again. Each time he takes a different avatar or human body.
Yes.
Right. So the son becomes the father by embodying the highest expressions of the father.
Yes.
Right. So you're looking at the blueprint to ascend to the throne. The first heir to the throne in Kemet is the daughter Hetheru, or commonly referred to as Hathor.
Okay. Hathor.
Right. She's the first heir. The second heir on the female line is the lioness Sekhmet.
Like that. Yes.
Right. And then the first heir on the father line is Heru.
Okay.
Now, Heru is the title for every single prince that the father sired. Only one is going to become Usir, the father.
Oh.
But it's done through merit. It's done through self-improving development on your own. When you leave your daddy house, are you still able to effectuate the changes in the people's lives that's needed to show that you're a competent leader? Right? So in Kemet, what they would do is when the prince get a certain age, before he receives his crowning as king, because it takes two women, the mother and the wife. You're not the king without the queen mother's seal. The queen mother is the mother of the king.
That makes sense. Yes.
Right? And you also not the king until you've been crowned king by a queen. So you need two women. So in Kemet, they show the two women holding up the young pharaoh, one on each side.
Yes. Yes.
Right? This is showing that he needs two women to approve him to go on his rites of passage.
And I know this as ascension as well. Women give the okay. Kind of Brother Panic talked about this too. In the afterlife, when we go into a form of ascension or outside of this realm, you need women to quantify you and qualify you to have that rite of passage.
Right. So if you want to know who's a good man, ask the women that
yes,
been in his life.
That's right.
Because even the ones that he might have broke up with, they
They
still
still
don't
speak
talk
kind of
bad
him.
about
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. I
That's
noticed that. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know he's a good man at that point.
yeah. Because they all speak, they may say, oh, I wish, blah, blah, blah. But they would say, yeah, but he was really good to me. He's good to his family. Yeah, yeah. It's a good character. I think women should validate men through that. I think that would be um, a better way to verify if he's, healthy in a frequency, and vetting.
And now here's the side effect, the energetic frequency connection of the man that raises his rank that very few of us pay attention to. When he leave that track record everywhere he go,
Hmm.
and all of the women he done dealt with don't talk bad about him.
That's
They
true.
are supporting his mitochondrial bid for
Yeah.
supremacy.
Yes.
They signing off on him being an alpha male.
Yes. I agree. I agree. My daddy was that. My dad was like that. Yeah. It no matter
So
what, everybody speaks, and my brothers too. My dad and my brothers are like that. Yeah, everyone speaks. Even when we fuss, I never speak ill of them because I love them. Like, because I'm a little out there, Rod, as you could tell. I'm like the sister who's a little different, right? You know what that's like, right? We're like the interesting ones in our family. But my brothers and my dad, you could never, no one has ever said anything unkind about them. No. Yeah, sure. Anyway, we're getting so nostalgic here. Well, I've taken up a lot of Rod's time and appreciate it. Make sure you guys give him a little bit of a little love from FlueBrun Brown Flower on his Cash App and his PayPal. But Rod, is it okay if some of my people ask you some questions and then I'll let you go?
yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So hold on. I already got them set up for you. These are my Zombies, y'all. So I kind of qualify them from that. So Zombies, get ready. I'm going to pull a couple in. Latoya. I think Latoya, Nikki. Who else is here? Daryl. Let me see. I may pull them in impromptu. Let me pull in Oracle Eyes. Oracle Eyes, I'm going to pull you in real quick. Make sure when I pull you in Oracle Eyes, take yourself out. Because we're going to do Zoom after this, but take yourself out of the queue and put yourself back in the waiting room. So come into Oracle Eyes. I love her. Her daddy was an amazing man. He was an artist in Jamaica. Big up to our brethren in Jamaica. Don't worry, the storm has come, but we're still making it through. Can't stop, won't stop. Come into Oracle. Hey, pretty girl. Oracle. Did she go and eat? Oracle. She probably is like hearing us in the background.
Greetings, Mama. Sorry, greetings.
Did I catch you off?
Yes, you caught me right off. And then I had to stop the other one to come on. But I didn't really even have a question. We were just, I think we're all just collected here on the Zoom waiting for, yeah. But I just wanted to say greetings to you and to Chief Rod Hayes. Thank you so much for coming on the platform again. Like your spirit, your vibe, the duo, it's just so amazing and fantastic. So thank you so much. Gratitude. And yes, someone who actually does have a question, I'll let them speak.
Thank you,
If you
Oracle.
wanted to
Put
make
yourself,
me blush, you did a good job.
put yourself back in the queue so I don't have to take you out because I can't
Okay.
bring you back on. So put
I'll
yourself
come
back in the queue.
out.
Thank you, my love. Okay, let's take in. Can you guys tell me on Signal who has a question? Hold on, Rod. I'm like that Sagittarius. I'm impromptu. I like go in your house, like knocking on your door, like 12 midnight. Like, yo, you got anything to say? Hold on. Anybody in Signal, real quick, tell me on Signal who has a question, and I'll pull you in quickly. Come on, y'all, quickly. Who has a question? Come on in. Who is it?
I'm the wrong person to see at your door at 12 at night, and you've been doing
I can't
something
knock
wrong
on
with
your
me.
door at 12 at night. You gonna come with your
No,
shotgun, Rob?
Look, I'm talking about, you said you'd be at somebody's door at 12, not knocking. If I'm knocking on somebody's door at 12 o'clock and they was talking shit, they probably shouldn't answer.
We used to punk people until I had somebody that I liked, and he was carried, right? But we thought we played like Space Aliens because I was into it, and I knocked on that man's window. We were playing. I was like, "Oh, let's go knock on his window." And that man came. I heard click click. We just knocked down. I heard click click, and I was like, "Oh snap!" We're not gonna be met with friendly fire. I never did that to him again.
Look, I don't bother nobody, right? So if I'm going over there to take care of something in the middle of the night, that's only because I don't want no witnesses.
Ooh, that's true. I like to
Uh,
play though. I'm playful. That's what, I like to play. I like to prank. I'm real playful. Even now, like I do it with my
I
children.
don't like being pranked. Don't prank me
You don't like pranks?
because I don't want to accidentally hurt somebody trying to prank
That's what
me.
I'm saying. Well, I learned my lesson, Rod. Click, click. Oh, that's
I
all
was
I need
watching
to hear.
Ashton Kutcher, Punked.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was a few of them episodes. If it had been me, he'd have got his chin checked.
You can't pump people anymore because it's not that kind of party. You know what I mean?
No, but see, I always been like that.
Yeah, you
I
can't.
don't like people playing practical jokes on me because
No,
I'm a natural born warrior.
that's like,
I want to smoke.
yeah. So
I
you
just
just
don't want to
waiting.
hurt no innocent people.
You
That's why I
just
don't like to
waiting.
get pranked.
We're not gonna use her, but click, click. Hit the tag. Hit the tag. I'm forceful. You see us like running with our flip flops. Okay, we got a question. Hold on. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, hold on. I got Aqua. Okay, Aqua, come on in. We got Aqua for a question. Come on in, Aqua. Hello, lovey. Oh, my sea stars are prettiest, Rod. They're so beautiful.
I can see her power in her eyes.
That's right. Come on in, Aqua.
Gratitude, Fleur, and Chiefing with the Chief Rod. I have, well, remember I was supposed to ask a question the last time. I kind of have two now.
Okay.
But the first one is vertigo. Do you think vertigo has anything to do with your ascension or any process with ascension?
You can absolutely experience vertigo when new parts of your brain being activated,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it'll make you feel off balance. So it'll give you what we would call the symptoms of vertigo. Might not officially be vertigo, but the symptom is so similar that you can hardly distinguish them apart.
Okay. And another one, like it's kind of a what I experienced, but also like a question if you have anything like elaborate on it. Like when I know I travel, and sometimes when I travel, I bring back a smell from my traveling. So, and then I kind of know where I'm at, but I haven't pinpointed. Like I do see myself going like underwater, or sometime when I'm driving, I can actually see myself in the other realm while I'm driving. Like, so I can see me like touching the flowers, and like I'm driving my car and I can look back and see me driving the car. But then I also bring back a smell when I come back.
What is the smell like? Is it repulsive or is it a sweet smell? What kind of smell?
It's kind of neutral. It's just like a neutral smell. It's not like a sweet or sour or bad. It's just neutral. But
Like
it's weird.
like in the wintertime when somebody walk in, you can smell the cold on them.
Not quite. It smelled when I think about it, it smelled like earth, dirt, like earth.
Okay, earthy smell.
Yes.
Okay, I had to ask that because the level of annoyance of the smell, meaning that determines the negative frequency that you've dropped to. When you don't have a repulsive smell or scent that comes back with you, that means that you was traveling in places you should have been. If you come back with a negative stench on you, that means you was somewhere you shouldn't have been. So I had to ask you, like, so I'm trying to get a feel for when you say you come back with a scent. Now, this is like if you in a dream, or like if you physically leave and go somewhere, then you come back home.
It's like when it's like in a dream, like physical, like if I'm traveling.
Okay. Now, so the way that the mind works And you might dream in smell as well as in sight or sound or all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
And you would have the residual memories upon awakening of what you smelled when you were asleep. Just like a person wake up and they dream play back to them real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same way, except you also engage in olfactory senses.
Okay.
Thank you, Aqua.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Aqua.
Gratitude.
Oh, go ahead, Rod. Were you going to say something else?
Mhm.
Okay. Can you put yourself back in the queue? Aqua, I'll see you in a little bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Amen.
I'm going to take we had our C-Star. She found the question for you. Ask for, oh, wait, I have a question from Capricia. She wants me to ask for on her behalf. Capricia asked you, and then I'm going to bring Oracle, and then we're going to wrap this up. Capricia asked you, ask Rod if you have a child with the NPC, what is that child? I remember him talking about it a couple years ago, but I don't remember the answer. Thank you, Capricia.
So the mother line is what matters. Your mitochondrial connection to the child. The
Yes.
father can be an NPC as long as the mother ain't. The baby can be either one.
Hope that answers your question, Capricia. And then we're going to bring our beautiful Oracle back in the house. She found a question for you, Rod, after I just popped in on her. Wait, where are you, Oracle? There you go. Oh, add her back in. Oracle, come back in. There she goes. Oracle. Ian?
She probably
Hey, Mama. Hey,
Hey,
Chief
lovey.
Rod. Sorry about that. So as soon as I got off, I was like, dang, my question. So I wanted to know, Brother Rod, if you could give any insight as to what happened with this Hurricane Melissa. I know it tore up more Caribbean islands than just Jamaica, like Haiti as well. And I was curious as to pole shift, or was it deliberate based on them wanting them, meaning the Russians or the Chinese trying to take over Jamaica, trying to make it a smart city? And I was curious about the other hands involved that were giving aid to Jamaica, like El Salvador, what have you. So I don't know if you could give some insight into that, please.
the easiest way to tell it to you is somebody in Jamaica sold the people out.
Ooh, yes, man.
When they sold the people out, then they solicited. The only countries that got weather technology is America, Russia, and China.
Ooh. Yep.
Yeah.
I said it was China.
Well, Trump shut HARP down in 2017 from doing weather modifications.
Mhm.
They can only do what we call stellar reading now.
Mhm.
You know, and he also, what we've been thinking for the last 3 or 4 years has been chemtrails, has been clean trails. This is what they was using to clean up the chemtrails. He issued that order in 2018 when he shut them down. Then Russia is not participating in weather warfare because of a treaty they signed with the Earth Alliance. So the only one that could have been that leaves is China,
What I
right?
said.
And the only way China would use the technology themselves. Now they have billionaires in China that we don't know about that also have this technology in their private armies.
Mhm.
Right. So it could have been an agent in China, or it could have been an agent from America using the American satellite. But that was not a natural storm.
No.
Mhm.
And the
Okay.
Chinese own all the ports in Jamaica. Remember that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It don't matter what they thought they owned. Listen, I'm telling you all this now, y'all pay attention to what I'm telling you. The mothers of the earth is taking over.
That's right.
Patriarchs that's losing power is using every means of chaos they can drum up on their way out
That's right.
to try to suck on their last few sips of power before the last one of them is rounded up. Most of them gone. Like 90+% of them are gone. the official announcement of Dick Cheney's death is important.